back to Reasonably Debatable, the best father-son podcast on the internet. What's up, Dad?
What up?
And what's up to everyone watching? Appreciate you guys watching, being here. So today we are going to go over movie franchises, but just like before we get to any part of the video, talk about what's recent. Me and you were just talking about before the video, the diss that's going around right now.
Oh yeah,
the game and Eminem. Did you see where Haley responded? So I have it on my phone.
Maybe I can't remember.
Well, two things. The first thing I seen was everyone's saying besides the diss track, this is a great album. And Haley got on Twitter and she said, "My dad is so legendary that people have to diss him and their songs just to attract an audience because they know they would flunk without the attention."
Yeah.
Well, she's not famous, like she's not verified on Twitter or anything, and that tweet blew up. So she tweeted this morning, "Who would have known that one tweet could become so viral? All I was trying to do was express how I feel in the moment."
Yeah.
Someone commented and said, "I'm sure your dad appreciates it, but he can handle himself on this one, Haley." So
yeah,
you think that Eminem's going to respond?
Like, I definitely like the album. It's really good. The diss track wasn't awful. It's not like one of the worst diss tracks ever. It's just, it feels like he's just saying Eminem stuff, but
he's just quoting really like all of his albums.
He didn't get his Dre album. He's mad at 50 Cent. He didn't get paid for wearing the G Unit clothing. Him and 50 have had all those little smackings and shootouts and, you know, all that stuff that they went through. And I think he was, when he didn't get the Super Bowl invite.
Yeah.
You know, it just set everything off again. Dude's been mad about the same shit for 2 decades.
Yeah. Well, also, guys, I don't know alcohol today. I'm cheersing with a red Gatorade.
Mine is a bubbly bounce caffeinated sparkling water.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have red stained teeth this video. I still haven't had Prime yet. Have you tried that Logan Paul Gatorade competitor? Oh. I heard it's pretty good, but I haven't tried it yet. So Logan Paul and KSI.
Yeah, all right.
I tried to make a new tier maker for us, and for some reason, my it wouldn't allow me to upload another bracket. I don't know if you only get so many ones you can create for a free trial. So I went into
what we're doing?
I'm not sure, but I went into our funny cringe tweets, and if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. I'll put it up on the screen right now. You should go check that out.
Yeah, that was funny.
And it didn't allow me to edit the tweets that were in there, so it still has the tweets, but it also has our movie franchises down here.
Okay.
So, and for the people watching who haven't, I like to always explain our tier system goes through A through F, or S through F, S being the best and F being the worst. Go ahead and add that.
Did we ever decide what S stood for? Was it like super, or supreme, or superb, or something?
Yeah, I really don't know.
I don't know, saucy, something.
All right, so, and here's something, this is going to make this a little bit more challenging too. So there's a few of these things on here that have like they're movies and they have shows, but we were just doing movie franchises, so you can't include shows.
All right.
So like Star Wars can't even consider Mandalorian. Stuff like that. All right, we got a few, so we'll go through it. First up, we got Jurassic Park. And you got to kind of think of the whole franchise as a whole, which I haven't seen the new one. Have you?
Nah, I saw the first new one.
I heard the new one wasn't that good, but I was hoping it would be. They brought back all the old characters, and so it's Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
The first 2 Jurassic Park movies, the first 2 of the original trilogy.
Yeah,
I like them. I mean, for the time when they came out, you know, it's always cool to see like dinosaurs running around, smashing shit, blowing shit up.
Well,
everything doesn't always have to be The Godfather, you know. You don't always have to be given like some Marlon Brando performance. Sometimes you just want to see shit blow up.
That would have been a good one to put on here. Godfather's not on here, But yeah, I do like how in the first Jurassic Park it's like practical effects. They didn't use like CGI.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
like
did for
that
parts of
in
it,
the
but
Lord of the Rings movies, how they used, I mean, there's CGI in there, but a lot of stuff, built sets and on location, and the Urukai or whatever were, and the goblins and the orcs, they were all in disguise and costume and stuff.
yeah. So I don't know, where are we placing it?
It was all right.
We're going.
It was all right 20 years ago. Yeah,
Man,
it made a lot of
not
money.
not a
No,
big fan of the dinosaurs.
when it came out, it was super cool. I am. It's just the movies kind of suck.
I mean, I would put it in a B C category. If you're thinking lower tier, we
The
could go
first
C.
two, the first two were good. First two, I'd give an A.
Yeah.
Third one, not so much. And these fourth one, I haven't seen the fifth one, but that fourth one was a fucking F minus.
They actually did 3 new ones. This is
Oh,
the third one of the new one. The new ones.
see,
All right.
yeah,
So what are you thinking? C?
yeah, see.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
it
the
made
people
a lot of money. Cool special effects, but
watching, these are the tweets from that video. Just don't mind that. All right, next we got Planet of the Apes. And now this one you're gonna know more about than me because I watched the Mark Wahlberg one and then the new ones. I never seen the old ones with you damn dirty apes.
well, neither did I. Those came out before I was born, for sure.
I got to figure out a time in
I
every
mean, I'm
video to
not
call
that
you old.
Um,
The
yeah,
new ones were amazing though. The
I
new
haven't seen the
trilogy.
new ones. I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh,
The only Planet of the Apes movie I've ever seen was I mean, I've caught pieces of them, like just them being on the TV. I've seen 10 minutes here or there or something, but the Mark Wahlberg one was the only one that I've watched like all the way through.
did you know? And I didn't know this either, that Tim Burton directed that.
No,
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, the new ones are fire. Like the War of the Planet of the Apes, the last one's like a 10 out of 10. One of the best.
that's cool.
It's great. But I of course haven't seen the other ones. Are we saying it's? I guess judging it off of one movie, are we putting it above or below Jurassic Park, or is it right there?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen it, so I can't go good or bad. So just I guess it would be a C for me, just because I haven't seen them.
All right. Next we have Shrek. They got 5 of those now.
5.
Yeah, 5 Shrek movies.
Jesus.
I remember the first 2.
Yeah,
I watched those a lot. Oh,
and
even
then,
Shrek
and
the
then there
third.
was Shrek the third, but those were really good when they came out. For kids movies and stuff, for what it is, it's really good.
Yeah, and the first one, I didn't realize how many like adult jokes there were in it till now. I'm an adult and go back and watch it. But Mike Myers said if he has the opportunity, he'll make a Shrek movie every year for the rest of his life. He loves doing it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Shrek. I'd probably put it out there like a B. It's good for the family.
All right, next we have Rocky.
Well, shocking. I'm going to put this up as, for me, this is a S.
Now, I've seen the first Rocky, and then the only other one I've seen was the one where he fights the Russian because we watched it in school.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's
so
the fourth one.
This is
and the second one he rematches with Apollo Creed. The third one he's fighting Clubber Lang.
Oh, this includes the Creed movies as well, just the whole franchise.
Yeah, I've seen all of them, even the one with Tommy Morrison. I like that one too, although that was it's kind of the out of the whole bunch. But I liked Balboa. I liked Creed 2. So all 3 of the new ones, and of course the first 4 were great.
Yeah,
fifth one, not so much. But I mean, shit, you make 8 movies and 7 of them are really good. I don't know, did all right.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen 2, but the 2 I've seen were great. I mean, Rocky's a classic. You can't deny
that. Rocky's based on a true story, right?
No, I know Sylvester Stallone wrote it, didn't he?
Yeah. He also wrote like First Blood, the Rambo movies, but Rocky was based on Chuck Wepner, who Ali needed an opponent. I don't know who he was going to fight, but somebody had pulled out or something was wrong and they couldn't fight who they wanted to fight, but they needed to fight. So they gave like Chuck Wepner a chance, and he was just like this unknown boxer.
Yeah.
But later, he also wrestled Andre the Giant. Chuck Wepner did in a boxing versus wrestling match, which is where they got the Hulk Hogan Thunder Lips, versus Balboa thing.
Ah, see, I didn't know that. Well, and the crazy thing is too is like I think, and maybe there's been movies before that, but Rocky was the first movie I ever watched where like the good guy loses.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a real dose of reality. Like it's not a super happy fairy tale ending like every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean,
I mean,
you
it's how you look at it. I mean, his goal, he just wanted to, show that he could hang with the champ.
right.
You know what I mean? So just not getting knocked out was, good enough.
You think it's an S tier though?
Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah,
mean,
the quotes, the classic scenes, I mean, Rocky, I mean, now we don't really watch, we haven't had cable or anything like that in years. It's all apps, but like I've never turned Rocky. Like if a Rocky movie was on that channel just stayed on.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have DC. Now, this is not just every DC movie ever made. This is just the DC cinematic universe, the new ones, the Ben Affleck Batman, Aquaman, Flash, and Justice League.
Is this only the Zack Snyder movies, or is this the other DC
It's
movies that have come out in the
it's all
past?
of them. It's just yeah, they're because they try to like because obviously if we say DC, then we have to say the Christopher Nolan trilogy and the Batman movies that came out when you were back
Yeah.
in the 80s and stuff. So this is just their new cinematic.
Well, still, I don't know. I got HBO Max, and I feel like they put a new half-ass thrown together movie on there every month from DC.
Oh yeah, they have they have like the
It's
Harley Quinn movies and the
so
movie
much.
with Will
I
Smith.
mean, most of them are just animated,
Oh yeah,
but
those two.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of DC stuff on there.
Yeah, to in my opinion, DC like I Batman's my favorite superhero, and I know Superman's yours, so we
Yeah.
lean towards DC anyways. But man, these more recent movies they just can't hang with Marvel.
No, no. When it comes to the comic books, the actual, which don't exist anymore, I guess. But like the old, I would probably go DC just on care. I don't know. I don't know. That's I'm shutting up
Well,
before I
and,
even
and
say that.
individual movies are great. Like if like the Batman movies or Joker, when they can make an individual movie and tell a story, it's always great. But
Yeah,
they can't create like this cinematic
no, they're
universe
not
like
gonna
Marvel.
do the MCU. Yeah, I don't know. Like I really like Justice League, like the real version, not like the first version they let out.
Yeah.
And the last half of Superman versus Batman, Man of Steel is probably it's
Man of
one of my
Steel,
favorite
yeah,
superhero movies, if not my favorite.
yeah. Man of
So
Steel was good. Wonder Woman was good,
Wonder Woman was good.
but I heard the second Wonder Woman was bad. Aquaman, I heard was bad.
I started to watch Aquaman and the second Wonder Woman. I didn't finish either one.
I feel like for
Just
that,
kind of lost interest.
I feel like we got to put it in like the C tier because like some of the movies are really good, some of them are
Mhm.
really bad.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with C or B or something.
All right, next we have the Terminator. Now, for the people watching, you don't roast me too bad. I've never seen a Terminator movie. Not a
Okay.
single one.
Well, I since they started making them, like of course the first one, the second one, and then they did a bunch. I've seen the first two a bunch of times. Like I saw Terminator 2 in theaters. It
That's
was
the
a big
most
deal.
popular one, isn't it?
1 and 2.
Yeah.
2 was the one with the liquid metal dude. And that was like state of the art, mind blowing special effects when it came out. Plus, like Guns N' Roses put like a song on the soundtrack, and
Yeah.
it was all kinds of. There was a really cool arcade game, like Terminator arcade game, that came out with the movie. And
Yeah, no, I know it's a big
but
deal.
that's it.
I just never seen it.
I haven't seen any of like the last 4 or 5 of them that they made.
Yeah, I know they just recently did one.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of them. I love the ones I've seen. I just
Well, I haven't seen
any
any of
new
them,
ones.
so you got to rank this one.
Based on the first 3, I don't know. Let's give them a B. The first two, the first 2 are great, but the third one's but I haven't seen the rest of them. So You can get a B.
All right, next we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now this is a case where we can't include the shows, so the 80s and 90s cartoons are out. But we have the 90s movies, which they did 3 of those, and then we have the new ones made by Michael Bay. And then you can count the TMNT movie from the 2000s. So you have
There's more movies than that too.
Is there?
Yeah. Plus, they've rebooted the Turtles again. We're not doing the show, but they've rebooted that cartoon.
Again.
I think like every 4 years since it came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think there's
the 80s was like a cartoon fun one. The 90s was like a serious dark ninja one.
Yeah.
I know that the 2000s is when we had like the TMNT, and then I seen it again like on TV because Hayden watches it now. They're like a blocky Minecraft kind of look to them.
They had that one, and I think like currently, I think Netflix has one, Paramount Plus has one, HBO Max has one, like that are all like current new, still making new episodes, and then they all have a back catalog. I think I don't know, but yeah. I think there's like 15 different series.
But see, it's weird for me because like the ones from the 90s, I love those just because I grew up watching them. But like the new ones with Michael Bay, the guy that did the Transformers movies, I didn't like those at all. They're like, but so for me, it's a half and half. Like 3 of the movies I think are good, and 3 of them I think are bad.
I don't know. I'd probably go like a B. It's as good as Shrek or Terminator.
Above Jurassic Park. Next, we have Fast and Furious. We've only got about 27 of these movies, so they'll keep making these. Our great grandkids will be able to go to the theaters and see the next Fast and Furious movie.
D tops.
Here's the thing. The first one was good. Second one was good. And Tokyo Drift was good.
Yeah.
Everything after that was bad.
Dog shit soup. Like just awful. Not 10 minutes of good movie between all 20 of them.
Well, and I haven't even seen the new ones because like apparently they keep getting crazier and crazier. Like I thought it was crazy in number 5 when they were driving like a bank vault out of a bank with a car. And then
craziest shit I've ever seen.
Apparently in the new one they're like racing cars in space, like they're in a spaceship and they shoot cars out. Like I'm telling you, I think every movie they just say let's take a crazy plot idea and put Vin Diesel, have him say something about family, and let's go.
I feel like they're letting like kindergartners write these movies. And then what happens, Johnny? Shoots fireballs out of his headlights.
And I like The Rock, but ever since The Rock got in those movies, they got worse. Yeah, to me, yeah, it's a D, and it would almost be an F if it wasn't for the first 3.
Yeah, I like the second one at the time when it came out. I don't know how well it holds up. And the third one. First one, it didn't hold up. That held up well for 6 months. That held up till the second one came out, and it was like, it kind of sucks now that I think about it.
I still like Tokyo Drift, but again, it's more a nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah. Tokyo Drift actually wasn't bad.
All right, next we have Back to the Future. There's only 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
They're all, in my opinion, they're all solid.
I asked for solid.
Yeah, I mean, there's none that's bad.
I mean, I've quoted lines from all 3 of those movies since they came out.
Now I'll say 3 is probably the weakest.
What are you talking about? The Old West, the Gunslingers?
Yeah, but like 2 is the best.
Yeah.
Then I'm 1, and then 3.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
That's not how you'd rank them?
You're slacking, McFly. No, not at all. 3 was awesome. The Old West.
Yeah,
with the frisbee and the 2, they were all good.
It was good because he went to the future,
which we're past now. By the way, what was the future back then? Yeah,
and we still don't have half the stuff that was in that movie.
I guess.
Oh, it's good. I don't know if I could say it's an S though, but because you got to think we got some heavy hitters coming up.
I mean, it's an A for sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with an A. I don't know about an S though. We can always adjust later. All right, next we have Star Wars. and then after that, Star Trek, my favorite and your favorite, back to back.
All right. Well, that's not really fair to be like, well, Star Trek's one of the choices, but we can't include 95% of it.
Yeah,
I mean, the movies were just kind of like bonus features to the show, but all right.
That's true.
600 episodes don't count.
But you got to think that with the Star Trek movies, you also got to count the new ones, and those were good too with the J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Love the first three, which were the middle three, and then the second three, which were the first three.
Yeah.
And then this last batch, and then the Rogue One, and I like them all.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 was rough. 8 almost like it was bad enough. Like they were so glad that they had so many good ones already before then, because 8 was almost bad enough to make me say I'm never watching the Star Wars movie again. That was
they kind of threw everything out on that. They were like they made Luke Skywalker like throw his lightsaber, and they're like he wouldn't do that, and then they kill off all the characters. Han dies, Leia dies. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
They kill off everybody.
Flying, like pirouetting Leia in space, and
and also
the space camel races or whatever the hell those things are.
And someone made a good point about that movie, and I can't unthink it now. They were like, so in the originals, Darth Vader is evil, obviously, and they tell Luke, like Obi-Wan and Yoda are like, you have to kill him. And he's like, I'm not gonna kill him. He's my dad. There's still good in him. Like, no matter what he's done, I know there's good in him. And then number 8, they're like, Kylo Ren has a bad dream, and Luke tries to kill him. He was like, your dad slaughtered hundreds of children. We'll forgive him. But my nephew has a bad dream. I have to murder him.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, Luke wouldn't do that. I'm like, that's true. So I agree. 8 wasn't very good. I mean, the Disney trilogy is not my favorite, anyways. But for me, it's got to be an S tier. See, I'm going S for Star Wars. You all right with that, or do you want to go A? I brought your Back to the Future down, so you can bring my Star Wars down.
No, you can. 8 sucked so bad. But yeah, you can give it an S.
All right, Star Trek. I guess I got to give you a pass.
I mean, we've had the conversation before. If they were all made today with today's special effects, those first 2, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, would be incredible.
Oh yeah,
those would be like 10 out of 10. Those would be insane.
Yeah, the story was the best in the originals.
But yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I guess Star Trek, you have to give it a pass because 90% of Star Trek is shows.
Yeah, but
But even the movies, the new movies, I haven't seen the old movies. I know like Wrath of Khan is like the biggest Star Trek movie ever. I've never seen it.
And it's cool because like in the second, the newer version of Star Trek, they do a kind of like a Wrath of Khan reboot on the second one, the Star Trek Into Darkness, the second of the new series, and it's really good. But like Kirk does Spock stuff and Spock does Kirk stuff, and
isn't it in like a different universe? Because don't they bring the original Spock into?
Yeah, no. What happens is the Spock and these Romulan, spoiler alert, go through this like wormhole, and they end up back in time. So it creates a completely new and separate timeline.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like him. I mean, I obviously I grew up with Next Generation on in the house, and then when I was an adult, I went back and watched the original series. And even though it's kind of cheese nowadays, I like it because it's kind of that same era as Twilight Zone. I mean, even the guy who plays Captain Kirk is in like 5 or 6 Twilight Zone episodes.
William Shatner.
So yeah, it's
he did Terror at 400 feet, Terror at 40,000 feet, Terror.
Yeah, he's also in some of the later seasons too. But
there's a man on the wing.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna start doing Shatner stuff. All right.
But yeah, like 60s TV, I mean, I like in general. It's kind of campy, but I think that's the point of it.
It couldn't be more S for me. I love all of the old movies. I love all of the Next Generation movies. I like the new movies. I like the original series, Next Generation, Voyager. I haven't missed an episode of the new stuff like Discovery and Strange New Worlds and both seasons.
Have you seen the animated one on HBO?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got the Orville, which is not really Star Trek, but it's in that realm of.
I'm kind of bummed. Like the Orville, the first season was like, or like what they had before was like super funny, and it was kind of like Family Guy meets Galaxy Quest, and it was really good. And now this season, it's trying to be like all serious, and it's like we have like 5 new Star Trek shows that are currently making new episodes that are serious.
Yeah.
We were happy with our funny show. Like bring back the jokes, man.
Yeah, that's true. Well, next we have Harry Potter. And the cool thing about Harry Potter, I always it's weird, like in like some houses, like I could talk to a lot of my friends, and a lot of people grow up doing certain things. And I know like we went to the movies a lot. Like one of my friends, his dad wasn't into movies at all. So like he never went to movies till he was an adult. But like him and his dad, they, you know, they golfed all the time. We didn't golf growing up. We did Frisbee golf, but like golf wasn't our cup of tea. But I always tell people, I'm like, Star Wars, I was too young to see the Phantom Menace because I was in 1999, but you did take me and Nick to see 2 and 3 in theaters. But I'm pretty sure you took us to see every Harry Potter movie. Maybe not the first one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think the first one.
But after that, I'm pretty sure we've seen everyone in theaters.
All of them in theaters except for the first one. No doubt about. Well, if it's just the Harry Potter movies, no doubt about it. It's an S. It's top of the tier.
Yeah.
But if we're including those Wizarding World movies, it drops down one.
Is that the like the Fantastic Beast?
Yeah.
And then, well, I heard the new one. I haven't seen it, but I know it's about Dumbledore. And I think people are freaking out because like Dumbledore's gay or something now.
I don't think it matters. They could have made Dumbledore a stack of little kids pulling off a suit, and you know what I mean, like in Scooby-Doo or something, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, they're trying to
shit. They're just fucking shit. They're shit. Those Wizarding World, those Fantastical Beast movies.
Yeah.
The first one was okay. Me and Hey really liked it.
Yeah.
And the second one, we're like, and then we're like, we're not watching the third one.
It got really bad reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just Harry Potter in general, I think we got to put it in an S.
Yeah, but all the Harry Potter movies, for sure, that's an S.
And it's kind of cool because like Harry Potter is one of those series that it like grew with you. Like the first one's for sure a kid's movie, and the last one's not a kid's movie at all.
No.
And it's like they grow with your audience. I kind of grew up with Harry Potter, so that was cool. All right, next we have Lord of the Rings, but this also includes the 3 Hobbit movies. You got Lord of the Rings. And
without the Hobbit movies, S. With the Hobbit movies, still S.
Yeah. Now, I didn't finish the Hobbit movies. I only seen the first one. I didn't see the last 2.
They're like, all right, when you watch the Lord of the Rings movies,
yeah,
you feel like they crammed it down into those 3 movies. You feel like they could have made 4 or 5 of them.
Well, it's because there was 3 Lord of the Rings books.
Right. And they weren't small books.
Right.
And then with the Hobbit movie, it's like they went the other direction.
Yeah, they took one book.
Took one movie worth of stuff and made it into 3 movies.
Yeah, because the
was still good.
The Hobbit's only 1 book, but they wanted to make it a trilogy. So, but yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings, I mean, as far as movies, probably the best so far, I think. I mean, those first Lord of the Rings movies are still some of the best movies ever made.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you have like a really good TV, like a really high quality video and sound bar, and you're watching it like on a Blu-ray or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's got the lights out, the popcorn going. It's great.
I seen this thing today though, and it said, so, you know, like, and I haven't seen them in a while, but like, I know you had to like wear the ring, and you had, you know, to be worthy enough or whatever. And they had this picture where like Sam's holding Frodo over his shoulder, and he's wearing the ring. And they're like, if Sam could pick Frodo up when he had the ring on, why didn't they just put the ring on like a rat and just carry it to to Mordor? They're like, if it didn't have to be on a person, if you could carry it but not have it on you. I was like, yeah, that's true.
I mean, Frodo was still carrying the ring.
Yeah, but that's an S.
Yeah.
All right, next, again, we have, for the people listening, it's the James Bond series. I have never seen a James Bond movie, not a single one.
That is crazy talk. Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, all the newer ones with Daniel Craig.
Great. The Daniel Craig ones I have on DVD.
The Pierce Brosnan ones, they were great. The James Bond, the Sean Connery ones.
That's the original, right?
Yeah. And then after that, they did Roger Moore. And then after that, they did
who was the 90s where they did like the Nintendo 64 game for the movie?
That was Pierce Brosnan. He took over after Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton did The Living Daylights and License to Kill.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Pierce Brosnan came in after him, and then Daniel Craig came in after him. And then I think they're going to replace Daniel Craig. I think this one that's coming out now or just came out or is about to come out is like the last Daniel Craig James Bond.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to. You can't.
Yeah, it's kind of tradition at this point.
Yeah. No.
So again, that's a movie I haven't seen, franchise I haven't seen, so that's all you.
I love them. They're fun. You know what I mean? Again, it's not everything doesn't have to be The Godfather, you know.
Right.
But great. Like the technology, like it's weird going back and watching the older ones, and you're seeing like the super technology, which is just old stuff to us. But
Yeah, I know in one of the
great.
movies he has like a thing he puts in his mouth so he can breathe underwater. It's like a pen or something. So yeah, where would you put it?
Well, for what they are, I mean, they're supposed to just be fun, cool spy movies with shit blowing up, and yeah, I put it up as an A.
All right, we can do that.
I mean, there's been some not so good ones, but there's been some really good ones too. So
let's zoom in. There we go. Next we have the Marvel MCU. Now,
so this is everything made
from Iron Man up.
Yep.
Yeah. So this doesn't include. I always tell everyone my MCU when I grew up with Blade and the super CGI Hulk and the original X-Men and the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck and Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage.
Oof.
That was my MCU growing up.
That was rough.
Yeah,
I mean, the X-Men movies were really good.
Yeah, most of the rest of the superhero movies that came out back then were bad. Even do you remember the Punisher movie with had like John Travolta in it?
I didn't see that one because I watched the last Punisher that I watched.
Yeah,
Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher.
So that's way old.
Yeah, that was he played Drago, the Russian, in Rocky IV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he was the Punisher when I watched it.
Yeah, now they have the guy from The Walking Dead playing him.
Yeah, I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I haven't
but that's the show though.
Oh. Yeah. So Marvel, they made the thing with Marvel is it's kind of got to the point with like how they're getting with Star Wars, like they're almost making too much. It's like, at what point do you stop? But
almost those shows are shit.
Yeah. I haven't really been a big fan of the Marvel shows, but I haven't seen a lot of them either.
I tried to watch a couple of them and just oof. That's all right.
Yeah, but now I mean, like they're gonna keep making movies, and the weird thing is most of the main characters are gone now.
Yeah, well, how you gonna keep making movies?
Like
You're
Iron
like,
Man's
hey,
gone,
we're gonna make another
Captain
Beatles
America's
album.
gone.
Just no John Lennon and no Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck a doodle do. I don't.
Yeah, that's
what the hell Ringo's gonna do. Like, no offense, Ringo, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, you killed Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
This is your number one and number two characters. What are we doing here?
But I mean, those original ones are cool. I remember you taking me and Nick to see the first Avengers in theaters, and that was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because we'd seen Iron Man and even the Hulk, even though they had to change him because it was Edward Norton and they still had Iron Man in that movie, and then like they switched it to Mark Ruffalo. But but that first Avengers movie was awesome.
Yeah.
And even like I like even the most recent ones like Endgame and Infinity War and
I love them. I mean, I think it's just like James Bond. They're great at what they're supposed to be. That's an A for me.
Yeah, I don't think it makes an S just because there's a few of them that aren't that good. All right, next we have the Hunger Game franchise.
I only watched the first one.
Same for me. I guess I've only seen the first one too. I didn't know if this was one that you'd binge the trilogy or not.
Mm-mm.
Now, I did read the book in high school, and the book was much better than the movie. But
was it just one book made into a bunch of movies, or was there?
No, it was three. It was 3 books.
Okay,
but or 4 books or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's middle of the road for me. is a good movie, but I don't revisit it that often.
I like the first one, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think if we haven't seen it, we got to just kind of throw it as a C.
Yeah, that's fine. Middle of the road.
I see we have two of my favorites coming up.
Yeah, next we got Alien and Predator. They kind of sometimes they go hand in hand. They got a few movies together, so that's our
Well,
next.
since we're on these right now, I'm going to go ahead and skip Alien for a second. I watched that new Predator movie.
Right? It was good.
I mean,
I
not
liked it.
really.
See, I liked it.
I mean, okay. All right.
Did you finish the whole thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
I mean, the Predator looked really weird.
It
It
did
looked
it.
like they skimped on the CGI and like they had to do it on budget or something. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I had a mosquito in the house. I let him in and he I'll wake up and look like I have chicken pox tomorrow.
See, I liked it, but then again, I haven't seen like I know Aliens got really good reviews, or not Aliens, Predators got really good reviews. I never seen that.
I love all the Predator movies.
Yeah.
And so even that one last night, that was well directed. You know what I mean? The cinematography was really good. Special effects, not so much. The Predator looked weird.
I like that they took it back though, like to like it wasn't all about like machine guns and stuff. It was like tribal and
See, I couldn't stand that. Like a sharpened stick.
yeah,
You're
but
throwing sharp sticks at
they
a
got
dude with like alien tech.
they got creative with it though.
Okay, so Arnold at the peak of Arnoldness when he was gigantic, and Apollo Creed, who was like, on a diet of strictly water and steroids then, and just
Yeah.
Jack City. And and hold on. The Predator kicked Arnold's ass, but this 4'2", 83-pound lady is gonna kill the Predator with a stick. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are we even talking about?
But I think they were trying to say it was like the early civilization of the Predator. That's why it like looked weird and didn't have its full mask and the full tech yet. But I don't read into the lore too much. Like you said, it's more the Alien and Predator movies are more just like it's a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I still watched it. It's still a Predator movie. It wasn't bad, but it just
Now, see, for me, I like the Alien
Do you
franchise.
remember in Alien versus Predator when the Predator's like picking up an alien xenomorph with his hands?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, like, I like the Alien movies better, but like realistically, an Alien versus a Predator's winning that every time.
And a Predator versus fill in the blank, any number of people with sharpened sticks, the Predator's fucking winning. I mean, no, Arnold did set traps, and that is like she drank that like special flower powder or whatever that lowered her blood.
Yeah. And they had like
blood.
you got to have the mud to cover yourself up. I mean, there's ways to get around it.
So like she did that, and like the movie was good. I like the tracking and the build. I just thought the Predator looked really weird.
Yeah.
And then that last fight scene when it was like,
well, and that was a movie that went straight to HBO or Hulu. It was never a movie theater movie.
Yeah, I thought they skimped on the CGI. I think they were just like, it's good enough.
Yeah,
they're like, hey, we gotta pay some more money to get the Predator to look right, and they were like, it'll be all right. Just put it on Hulu. It's good.
Yeah, it was a like made for TV movie. But yeah, even the new Alien movies, like the Prometheus and the Alien Covenant, I like those a lot.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Even the shitty Predator. Well, not the shitty. What the new one that we watched, the one we're talking about.
Yeah.
All the Alien and Predator movies, all the Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Bill Paxton is so bad. He's wonderful. And Aliens, like the second one.
Yeah.
Like his, come on, guys.
Yeah. Aliens is sweet because you got the Queen. Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, all of them. I think for those, it's just like the Marvel and the James Bond. For what they are, they're great.
Yeah, because they're not trying to be crazy storytelling. It's just cool stuff getting blown up.
Yeah, I love those. Love those movies. Oh, is it on me? Is it on me? Did I get it? No. Damn it.
All right, next we got the Men in Black series. They made a new one, like a fourth one, and I haven't seen that or whatever. Like I know recently, like in the past couple years, they made another Men in Black movie, but I didn't see it.
They're fun, especially if you were like, if you had kids and like they were great family movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any problem. They were great for what they were.
I don't think they're as good as, like, I'm picking Alien, Predator, Marvel. I don't think it's A tier.
No, but I think it's as good as Shrek and the Turtles.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like we're kind of disrespecting the Terminator movies, but we haven't seen the newer ones, so we haven't seen any of them. So
yeah. All right, next we have Toy Story. I tried to mix it up and put a little bit of everything in there. And for the people listening or watching, these are the highest grossing. Like these are like, that's why these are on here. So like some of my, like I didn't have The Godfather on here, but there was only 3 of those.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it kind of wasn't that category. These are like bigger franchises.
They're great. I definitely give Toy Story an A.
Yeah, I haven't seen 4, the one with Forky or whatever.
Yeah, but we will watch that.
But the first 3 were great. I haven't seen.
So is the 4th. They're all, and we watched the new Buzz Lightyear movie.
Yeah,
it was good too.
I don't know why they did that though. My gripe with that is because when
did you watch it?
No.
Okay, so you got to watch it, and it explains it like within the first few seconds.
Right, but here's my thing though. We like, the whole point is like he's a toy, and I get it. He's supposed to be based off like a real astronaut, but right. When we were a kid, they had a Buzz Lightyear show. I'm gonna put the cover of it on the screen right now for anyone watching, and it was the whole
that Buzz Lightyear show was about the toy Buzz Lightyear.
I don't think so. It was like he was. There was like real people in it, and aliens and stuff. Like,
I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about like a cartoon.
Yeah, and it came out. It was a cartoon. It was a cartoon show. It came out in like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or whatever back in the day. But it was like about what the toy was supposed to be based on. And then they're like, we're doing Lightyear, and I'm like, didn't we already do this?
But, yeah, in the first couple seconds of the movie, I'm not spoiling anything. They were like, in 1997, a boy, Andy, got a toy Buzz Lightyear because he loved the movie. And this is the movie that he loved.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
That happens before the credits or anything starts.
But speaking of Toy Story, I mean, the first one came out in 1999. That was the first Pixar movie. And it was the first, like, I think, like 3D animated movie. Because before then, you had like, the Iron Giant and just mainly 2D animation. I think Toy Story is the first 3D animated movie.
It might be. I don't know when Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within or whatever came out.
Yeah,
that might have been the first one.
Toy Story came out in 94. I don't know why I said 99. Came out in 94.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always joke because it came out the same year as Illmatic.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with an A.
Yeah.
Now this next one's gonna hurt my feelings. It's Jaws. The first Jaws movie is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I won't accept anything less, but everything after that was bad. I mean, there was a couple okay moments, but most of those Jaws movies are kind of cheesy.
It was like Jaws: The Revenge and Jaws 3D, and
yeah, and they
Jaws goes to like Dollywood or something. It was, I don't know.
So the first one was iconic, but I think they just tried to cash on the Jaws franchise. They didn't have the same.
If we were going just on the first one, I'd put it up as an S.
Yeah, but based on all the movies, it's probably. The first one's so good, but the rest are so bad. I'd probably say C.
Yeah, that's the same with the Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
started off really good, but oof.
So I did put a couple horror franchises on here, not a lot because we already did our horror rank list, and I'll link that below for people to watch as well. But these were the highest grossing ones, so they made this list as well. So we got Saw.
I liked Saw movies. I mean, after a while they got a little ridiculous, but they're supposed to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That first one was great. That first one was fantastic. Plus, like how they did it with like such a low budget, and
it's all in one room, and
yeah, that first one was fantastic. And the second one wasn't bad either.
The second one's where they're like in the house and she falls
in the arm in that clear like plexiglass container of syringes.
And they
is
fall in the pool of
burned
syringes.
into my memory forever. Of the pulling the arm out with all the needles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, they have a YouTube channel now. If anyone knows the name of it, drop it below, where they explain how you could easily get out of every saw trap. Like they go through every movie and it's like, this is actually what you would do, and this is actually
Well,
what you would do.
fucking thanks, Captain Hindsight. Where were you when I was tied to a chair getting eaten alive by a tiger or whatever?
Yeah, and they're not. I mean, there's no Saw movie that's like a great story premise besides maybe the first one. The rest are just like, you're kind of rooting for the bad guys. You're just like, let's watch people die in crazy ways.
Yeah.
It's again one of those movies that's like they're good for what they are. They're not groundbreaking stories or directors or
But they're exactly what they should be. I don't have a problem with like a B or an A.
yeah, I think B's fair. I don't think we can put it up there with like Toy Story.
Yeah. I don't think we can put it up. Yeah, it's definitely not Alien or Predator. Certainly not Back to the Future.
Yeah. Next we got Indiana Jones.
Well, again, they started off really good.
Yeah.
And they ended really bad. That Crystal Skulls movie
yeah,
was one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen in my entire, like, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Had what's that guy's name from Holes and Transformers? You know, Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah.
It was like Shia LaBeouf and like old man Harrison Ford running around.
Oh, it was so bad. Like, get a stunt man.
Yeah.
He's like hobbling to the gunfights and stuff. I mean,
but yeah, those first 2 or 3, I can't remember where they're great. The second one's amazing.
Yeah, it was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom. The Last Crusade. So I loved the first 3, but the fourth one was rough.
Yeah.
That Crystal Skulls one. Poof.
So are we going B for that? Because those first 3 were great. Or C, B, C. Or A.
I was thinking, I was thinking A, because without that Crystal Skulls, it would be S for me.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. The first 3, I think that Raiders of the Lost Ark's one of the best movies. Like that's got to be in like an all-time list.
If you go back and try and look at that special effects now, that's rough.
Yeah, but I mean,
all the zombies' faces are melting, but it's like just like water and stuff. It's rough.
But you have to kind of understand. Like I watched Stand by Me last night, and when you watch the scene where they're running from the train, you can clearly tell that it's a green screen and that they're just running on like a platform, and like you can clearly see it. And you're like, oh, that's bad. But I mean, it is what it is. You have to realize the time that came out.
I don't even know if they had green screen then. They might have just been running in front of a movie projector.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was clearly obvious that there was a 2D background and there were 3-dimensional in front of it. Yeah, again, another one that you can't count the 80s cartoons. Transformers up next.
Like the Ninja Turtles rebooted every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
there might be 17, 18 series out there.
Yeah, I know Michael Bay made like 5 or 6 movies alone himself. Some of them were with Shia LaBeouf, some were with Mark Wahlberg.
But we're just counting the movies. Mm-hmm. So the 80s movie is still in there. And that has the best 80s soundtrack. I'm not really saying like the best music, but the best soundtrack that you could, like, every song on there is 80s as hell.
Yeah.
Like it's just
synth wave.
Oh, it's you wouldn't mistake it for anything else.
Yeah, I think they're redoing it again, because I seen a trailer.
It was the cartoon movie, you know.
Yeah,
that came out in like, I don't know, 86, 87, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have a problem. Again, you know, it's not going to be Fresh or City of God, or, you know, it's not going to be like this super well acted. Like, that's not what they're going for. They're like, check out these special effects and aliens and shit blowing up and fights. It's good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not one of those franchises I watch all the time, but it's I mean, I would rather watch the cartoon than the movies, but I think it is what it is. It's kind of, it's middle of the road for me.
Yeah,
like
we give it a B. It's better than Jurassic Park.
Hey man, you've been hating on Jurassic Park this whole video.
Those movies suck so bad. The ones with like Star-Lord in them.
Yeah.
Like, you guys aren't even trying. Like, look at all the work the special effects people are doing. Those animators are sitting in them computer screens 23 hours a day trying to do shit. And it looks like you guys never read your lines. You're just up there like, what do I do? Hold the gun? All right. Bye-bye. All right, we're good. All right, coffee. Like,
well, and not all the Jurassic Park movies are great either. I think the third one people hate a lot. The one with
yeah.
the kid from Bernie where he's hiding in the ground or whatever.
Oh no, that was the second one. That's when they went to the island. That one wasn't so bad.
That oh
But
yeah, the third
the
one's
third
where they go to
one
like New
was
York,
where they
right?
had pterodactyls in like San Francisco or something. It was
Yeah.
yeah, not so good.
I seen something the other day. They were like, "What's up with like in the 80s and 90s? No matter what franchise, it had to come to the city. Like Alien versus Predator, the second one's in the city. Jason goes to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Um,
Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan. We're talking about
Or no, Jason Takes Manhattan. No, that's the same. Yeah, Muppets Take Manhattan too.
yeah, and then what did we just say? The movie we're just talking about where they Jurassic Park where they take it to the city in the third one. They're like, why do they have to bring it to the mainland? Even they did that with Predator.
Yeah, the second one with Danny Glover where they're in LA.
They brought that to the city too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Had Danny Glover out there.
that movie gets
popping
a lot
his
of hate
revolver.
too, but I
Yeah.
like the second Predator.
Well, I mean, you can't go from Arnold.
Yeah.
You can't have the Terminator and Apollo Creed holding and Jesse the Body Ventura and yeah, you can't have all them dudes out there and chain guns and bombs and then just have Danny Glover with his revolver.
And I do like not to go back to it, but to go back to it, I like how the first Alien and Predator movie was just about one. It made it scarier, I think. When you only have one alien and it kills everybody and one predator that kills everybody.
Yeah.
Once they got to the point where there's like hundreds of aliens and they're just machine gunning them down,
Yeah.
the fear factor's kind of gone.
Yeah. When you're running around in the dark with that meter trying to see where the alien is, and it just pops and it's in your face. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the first one when he's checking the radar, it's like deet 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 deet, and she's like, "It's coming!" He turns around and yeah. All right, next we have Resident Evil.
All right, I'm gonna lose some of my, film school people watching this. Look, all right, I like steak, I like nice meals, but sometimes I want a greasy ass taco. All right,
yeah. Some comfort food.
Same with Resident Evil. I could watch Wes Anderson movies all day. There's really great movies out there. There's documentary. There's wonderful stuff, but sometimes I just want to see some ridiculous shit.
Yeah,
like you just want to see Mila Jovovich for no reason, just fighting off hordes of ridiculous zombies.
Yeah. Now I will say the video games are better, and the video game might be my favorite franchise ever.
Yeah,
but the movies are a good time. I agree.
I got every one of them. I
haven't seen the last couple, but I mean they're
all.
Borrow
them. I got them on DVD.
they're all good though.
Yeah, they're great, and they're horror movies, but they're not so scary that you couldn't watch them with older kids. I mean, I wouldn't watch them with Oscar or something, but
right.
If you got a little kid that's a little too young for horror movies, but wants to watch something scary, throw some Resident Evil on. They'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to me.
For the episode.
I mean, what are we thinking? B-A? I don't think it's an S.
Well, no. I mean, I'm trying to compare it to the other stuff on the list.
I mean, I like it more.
I like it better than everything on the B tier, but there's a few things on the A tier that I like better than it. So I don't know. I'd probably give it an A.
I'm fine with that. I like the Resident Evil movies. All right. Next, we have the Halloween franchise, which I just texted you about this the other day. I don't think anyone understands how the order of these movies.
There's another one coming out with Jamie Lee Curtis, and I'm so pumped. Just like Halloween Kills, I watched it the day it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the one before that.
My favorite horror franchise. Yeah, I'm so pumped.
Well, they were good. The new ones are actually good, but the new ones kind of said, "Hey, forget all the rest of the movies. Let's pretend this happened after the first one."
Well, the first two, yeah.
Yeah, and then because the first two is the same night.
Yeah.
But then like some people say like 3 has nothing to do with any of them, so it's like a different
I
universe.
I don't know why they made 3.
But then there's like ones that came out in the 90s that had Jamie Lee Curtis though.
Well, the H2Os.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
And is there a movie where
there's
Michael
also
Myers
that,
goes
like,
to the city?
No, he's always going to Haddonfield.
Oh, okay.
But there's also like 4 and 5, which had the little girl who was like Michael Myers' niece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, the first Halloween movie is considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and I still probably think the best slasher movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the new ones were good too. I agree with you.
I'm gonna watch them again this Halloween.
Yeah.
And the one after that.
But I didn't see all those. I didn't see all those in betweens. I didn't see the H2Os.
No, I did. Loved it. Saw H2O in theaters. LL Cool J didn't ruin it. It was great.
Yeah, what was up with putting rappers in movies back then, like Ice Cube and Anaconda?
I don't know if it was between 95 and 2005. If you watched a horror movie or an action movie, there's at least one rapper in it.
Ice-T was doing it. Ice Cube. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think this is I mean, if we were going just based off the first one, it's an S tier. I haven't seen the rest. I would say at least an A.
I'd put it as an S tier.
I mean, I'm fine with that. You've seen more of them than I have.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have The Matrix.
I know we're giving a lot of A's and S's tonight, more than we generally do.
That's true.
But, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, special effects aside.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite movies.
And the crazy thing is, how many times
great too.
People still talk about The Matrix till this day. Still, yeah. Whether it's red pill, blue pill, are we in a matrix? I mean, it's still a topic of conversation.
Yeah, the plot line, the story of it is really good.
Yeah. Now, I didn't see the new one.
Love it. It's great.
And I still don't know how. And you said I have to watch to understand, because I'm kind of confused how there can even be another movie. But
you didn't watch the third one.
Yeah, didn't they? Well, spoiler alert. Don't they kill all the aliens and everything, and they all make it out?
No.
Oh. No. Okay, maybe I haven't seen the third one. Maybe I just seen the first two.
And there's no aliens in the Matrix.
Yeah, there is.
Not at all.
That's those tentacle things that have them plugged in for their energy. Those are aliens.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Computer program. No, they're not. They're computer programs. And the tentacle things are their dreadlocks. They're just white dudes with dreadlocks, so they look weird. And they're like albinos and twins.
No. I'm talking about outside of the Matrix.
What?
Okay. Look, we don't need to get
tentacles. What the shit are you talking about?
I'm not talking about in the Matrix, like the dudes in the suits chasing them. I'm talking about like when they're the bodies, they're hooked up, and the things that fly around and make sure they're
the robots.
Yeah, alien robots, whatever they are.
Robots.
Okay, maybe I haven't seen them in a while, but but no, they were good from what I can remember.
I love those. Those are S for me all day.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. This next one, I know
if we have to take another S down, and we'll take one down. That'd be fine. I'm not taking that one though.
I know we're gonna get some hate on this one, but I'm not even gonna say it for the plot line. The next one's Twilight. For me, it's an F, just because not the story.
I concur.
I love vampires. I watch Castlevania. I'm cool with Dracula movies.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not hating on vampires. I'm not hating on teen movies, because Hunger Games is considered a teen movie.
Yep.
But the acting in that is really bad. Like even I forget the guy who plays him, because he plays the new Batman, and he plays in a few other movies, and he's a really good actor. And he even said, he was like, it's kind of cringy to go back and watch those. Like he even knows that was bad.
I'm fine with F.
Yeah. For me, it's an F. And for people that's going to hate on that, I know people who's read the books that said the movies were garbage. So yeah. F tier. Next, we got John Wick. I've only seen the first one.
Well, that's the best one.
Yeah.
And again, like, man, so these are, because I feel like I've been saying the same thing about a lot of these, but so these are all the top grossing.
Yeah.
You're not seeing a lot of like the best well acted movies on here at all.
Well, the problem is it's because those don't typically make good franchises. You're not gonna have
Right,
you're not gonna have like
right. There's
23
normally one or
sequels to
two
The
movies.
Shining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Good
know.
point. Good point.
So this is gonna be your kind of mid-tier movies, anyways. Well,
Um,
some of them.
yeah. I don't know. The Lord of the Rings and Rocky. There was some good acting in both of those.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, our S tier is solid across the board, anyways.
I mean,
But like, there's no Tarantino franchise. Every movie's its own thing.
right, right. Yeah.
I only seen the first John Wick, but I thought it was badass.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. We watch them.
I don't think it's. I mean, if we're going Keanu Reeves, I picked The Matrix over John Wick.
Oh, for sure. That's not even close. There's no contest.
But I haven't seen the second or third, or I think they just made a fourth one.
Oh, fourth John Wick. I'm down.
Because he just like Mike Myers said for Shrek, Keanu Reeves said, "I'll make a John Wick movie every year." Like, I'm down.
Yeah, they're super simple.
Yeah.
Retired gunslinger. Well, hitman now, but it's the old gunslinger thing.
But
he hurts the retired gunslinger. The gunslinger comes out and meets him in his home saloon, but now it's Russians and their bar and everything. But
someone made a good point though. Do you know the movie with what's his name? The actor, he's in well, I'm drawing a blank here. The first movie that's coming to my mind is Book of Eli.
Denzel Washington?
Yes, but I know that's not
of all the movies.
I know he's literally one of my favorite. He's literally one of my favorite actors. I could have said anything, but what's the movie that he's in that's kind of like John Wick, where he's just killing people? He's super.
Equalizer.
Equalizer. Yeah, someone told me that John Wick is just a white Equalizer. That because I think the first Equalizer
is full of shit.
Because I'm pretty sure Equalizer came out before John Wick, but both of them are they're like these old retired badasses that have to come back and kill everybody. And
yeah, it's been done a bunch of times in movies, and I've liked it a bunch of times. It works. The retired gunslinger, the retired martial artist, the retired hitman. Yeah. They're
I don't know. I really don't know why officer. I said. I really don't know why I said Book of Eli. That's not even top 10 Denzel movies.
No.
That's just the first thing I could think of.
I mean, Training Day.
I literally just watched John Q last week. So.
Oh yeah.
Fences. I mean, there's so many.
Antoine Fisher.
Yeah. But John Wick. I mean,
Remember the Titans. God, man, he's up there. If he's not the best, he's in the top 3 for sure.
I'd put this. I mean, I've only seen one, but I mean, based off that one, I'd give it a B. But I haven't seen the rest, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with that.
Next, we got Ghostbusters, and now they are doing new Ghostbusters, and they just rebooted it for the 3rd time because the second.
I thought Afterlife was a sequel to the first 2 because they did that reboot where they tried to make like a different version. It was really bad.
Yeah, they were like, let's just make Ghostbusters but women, but not actually have a plot, just have women and hope it carries the story. Yeah, no, I haven't seen the new one. I thought it was a reboot, so it's just a sequel.
Yeah, it's I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think it's new characters and like it's supposed to be a significant amount of time has passed.
So like how Halloween's doing, where Jamie Lee Curtis is just old.
Well, no, like I don't think like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and dude who plays Winston.
I know the Stranger Things kids in it.
I still haven't watched season 4.
Neither have I.
No, all right.
But
I love Ghostbusters. I still like Ghostbusters now. They're funny. They're slow. Like it's a slower build.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to watch a movie with a kid now, it's really hard to show them an older movie.
Yeah.
Like because they're so used to like something happening within like 30 seconds.
Right. TikTok generation.
And like, yeah, they're the screen has to change, the frame has to change, the colors have to change. There has to be something has to happen like every so many seconds to keep their attention. So it's a little difficult to go back and watch the older movies.
But no, I mean, I like was it the second one they fought the Marshmallow Man, or was that the first one?
No, it was the first one.
Yeah.
No, the first one was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh yeah,
The second one was like
that was with the
the
green ghost, the like
Slimer.
Slimer. Yeah.
Yeah. The second one was the Vigo. Wow, how do I remember that? Vigo, the something. He was like trapped in the painting.
I don't remember. You,
Gozer.
you know how many
Yeah.
of these that we've talked about have a cartoon show? Like there was a Men in Black show back in the day. I think it was in the 90s. Ghostbusters had a 80s cartoon. Transformers. A lot of these turtles had like a cartoon that came with it.
I would watch a Michael Myers cartoon.
Yeah.
I would watch the shit out of a horror cartoon.
They're doing a this is kind of off topic, but has to do with, we were talking about the Orville. They're doing Seth MacFarlane's doing a TED show because they asked him if he's going to keep doing Family Guy and American Dad, and he said he's thinking about stepping away from those, and he's going to do a TED cartoon like Family Guy, but just TED. So we'll see how that goes. But
Might save some of those jokes for the Orville.
right. I mean, Ghostbusters is. I've seen the first one. It was good. It's middle of the road for me.
The first two, because that the hey, let's make Ghostbusters chicks thing, but I don't think that's a part of it.
Yeah, we kind of all forget that happened
because that drops the score down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as good as Back to the Future, James Bond.
You'd have up in the A?
Yeah, it gets an A.
All right. Next we have the Bourne Identity trilogy. Or is there 4 of them?
There's 5 of them. I absolutely love these. These are so fun. Just the action movies.
Yeah.
But when they're done well,
Matt Damon's a great
actor. And actually there's some really, really good acting in these. Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum, Bourne Legacy that didn't have Matt Damon in it. But then they did that 5th movie, Jason Bourne, where Matt Damon comes back, and that one kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the first 4 were amazing. If it wasn't for that last one, I'd pop it up as an S, but I think that 4th one that 5th one kind of brought it back down to an A.
Yeah, those first ones are really good. I think it's an action movie, but it actually did have a good story. I mean, him losing his memory and having to, Navy SEAL, I think he was, right?
He was
or some kind of special forces or whatever.
Yeah. He was a CIA operative.
Yeah.
An assassin.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, retired gunslinger, but he wasn't retired. He was just a amnesia gunslinger.
Yeah.
All right, this next one is problematic. I don't know how to score this one at all.
Yeah, last but not least, we got Pirates of the Caribbean
between the first 3 and the last 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, and they kind of did Johnny Depp dirty because they thought he actually beat Amber Heard, so Disney said he's not allowed to make any Pirates movies. Yeah. And then it came that obviously he didn't, and now they're like, "Hey, Johnny, you want to do a Pirates movie?" And he's like, "Fuck you guys."
She bit his finger off and shit in his bed. I don't care if he lit that bitch on fire.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, screw you guys." So we'll probably get more Pirates movies without Johnny Depp now.
She took a shit in his bed.
Yeah.
If he would have shot her on live TV, I wouldn't think anything bad about him. She shit in his bed.
She's crazy.
Like, all right, whatever he does to you, I'm okay with it. You don't even have to tell me what he did. He's all right.
That whole
shit in his bed.
That could be in a video in itself, just talking about that trial. That thing was hilarious.
You had to pull her toenails out with pliers and I don't know. All right, you shit in his bed, bitch. Like,
but yeah, the first couple Pirates movies were great. You got Legolas from Lord of the Rings in there, and Johnny Depp.
Yeah, the first 3 were all really good.
Yeah,
and then
I remember you getting me and Nick the Lego sets when we were kids.
4th one that was horrible, or they did a 4th one that was okay, and then the 5th one was horrible, or the 4th one was horrible, and then they did a 5th one that was all right.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was 2nd or 3rd, but I know it was like Dead Man's Chest with
that was number 2, and then 3 was At World's End.
Oh yeah.
The first one was Curse of the Black Pearl. Those first 3 were incredible.
I just watched one recently. Me and Katie watched it, but I know they have Davy Jones in it.
Yeah,
with the tentacles. Yeah.
It was
Um,
creepy and scary. Again, like something that's not too scary that you can't watch with your kids,
right.
but like cool enough to where they feel like they watched a scary movie. The sword fighting, pirates. Come on. It's great.
Yeah. Hey, I was saying, I remember you got me and Nick the Lego set when we were kids. I don't know if it was just like the action figure, but I remember having like a little Lego Johnny Depp Pirates. And I remember you took us to see one of them in theaters, and the I forget her name, the black chick, the pirate girl.
Calypso.
Yeah, and I remember we got like an action figure of her, but like after we seen the
Okay.
movie,
That
you
was
took
the third one
that was the
at
third
World's
one.
End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I stopped watching them after that. So I haven't seen the new ones, but I heard they were bad.
Um, there was one more that they made that was good, but I think they made a shitty one before it, and I think they made a shitty one at like they're in the middle of making one without Johnny Depp. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So do we put it mid tier because it's half good and half not, or there's a little bit above? You think what?
I don't know. You got four really good ones or three really good ones, one okay one shitty one, and one that they're gonna make without Johnny Depp. So, I guess,
B.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Pirates of the Caribbean is probably I like better than Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
you know,
Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the best movies,
but wait,
but
hold on. Those last, oof, that Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yeah, they did two more. One was On Stranger Tides, and one was Dead Men Tell No Tales. And I
yeah, I
can't
didn't.
remember which one was which. One was okay, and one was god awful.
Yeah, I haven't
Like
seen
they
it.
ended up releasing it like straight to like DVD. It
Yeah,
was horrible. I think the reviews were like got like a 2 or
yeah.
something. Like it was bad. It was not good at all. Like it didn't make sense. The editing was bad. It was just you were watching it and just all of a sudden something else was going on. And you're like, what? And they didn't explain it. And it was
Well, that's the problem when you have all these franchises. Is you're bound to have some duds. When you're making 7, 8, 9 movies in a franchise, you're gonna have one that's a dud.
yeah, I think those first three were so good that we can still give it an A.
We can go. Those are the only
Yeah.
ones I've seen. So I mean, I like the Pirates movies. Um, do you think there's any we need to change? I'll move this
Yeah, I
down.
do. Yeah, I do.
Take a look at this again.
Man.
Move this out of the way. I mean, I think the three most popular probably are like just selling wise would probably be Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Well, no, Marvel. I'd say Marvel as far as selling. I'm fine with leaving Twilight at an F. I think Fast and
Yeah, me
Furious.
too.
We were nice giving that a D. That could
For
almost be
sure.
that could almost be an F.
For sure.
I think you're hating a little hard on Jurassic Park, but I mean that's fine at middle of the road. The rest of those I think are good.
See, I would like to bump Terminator up,
Uh,
but I haven't seen the last. They could be 3 bags of shit, So,
right.
um, yeah. I mean, if you want to,
I mean,
no, I guess I was just looking at like,
B and A is where it gets tricky.
yeah. No, I think we're good like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, are you giving do you think the first Terminator is better than the first Ghostbusters?
You,
I mean, they're two different genres.
the first two Terminator movies versus the first two Ghostbuster movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like those first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Super fun.
Yeah.
But the other ones were kind of rough.
Yeah.
I don't know. We left Star Wars up there in spite of 8, and we left Star Trek up there in spite of 4, and Halloween up there in spite of 3. So no, I think we're good. I think this is yeah. I mean,
right.
I know like people are gonna be like Resident Evil, man. This
Yeah, you're gonna have those tweens that are saying Twilight's an S. Our Talon is he's mad because Jurassic Park is an SSS for him.
not the new ones.
He loves them all.
Ah,
And me, look, I'm a diehard shark fan, and I put Jaws at C because I know the rest of the movies are bad.
that first one is ass all day though.
Yeah.
Like, quoting lines all day. Oh, Kettner boy, Yeah.
So yeah, that's our ranking, guys.
Black,
let us know in the
lifeless
comments
eyes, like a doll's eyes.
let us know what we missed, and
yeah, I could do the whole movie. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, go ahead. I was doing Jaws lines over here.
No, you're good. Yeah, I said just everyone drop down your comments, or if you're watching on Facebook or whatever, leave a comment. Let us know where you would rank these. And obviously, there's a lot of franchises we don't have on here, but these are just the most popular. We could have did a whole one on just action or horror. We could have split them up into genres and did that, but this was a nice mix of everything, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing one like this, but just for television shows.
Yeah, TV shows would be cool. I want to do one with just directors.
And then we could do one where like we have a few people send us like their top 10 movies or their top 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we put those together and we just rank the like single movies, not by franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, because apparently, what's me and you did
none of my favorite, like, I mean, some of my favorites to watch were on that list, but none of the movies that I think are like the best movies, like none of my top 20 was on what we just did.
Right. Yeah.
Those were mostly like action and
yeah. Those are easy watches. They sell a lot of movie tickets.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm guilty of it too. Like, I'm not hating.
Right.
I love Resident Evil and Predator and Alien.
Right.
Shit's great.
Yeah, I've seen every Alien movie, like the recent ones in theaters. Every time they make one, I go see it.
Yeah.
Especially now that Ridley Scott's back, because Ridley Scott made the original one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made.
I love the Prometheus movies, all the Alien versus Predator, all of them.
Yeah, they're all good. Well, yep, that's it, guys. If I appreciate if you've made it this far in the video, we appreciate it, and leave a like and a comment and share, subscribe, the whole 9. And yeah, anything else to add to that?
No, I'm looking forward now. I'm thinking of the show ideas.
Yeah, that might be our next video.
I think we ought to do that one next.
But then that's hard because do you include sitcoms? Like, do you include Friends? How do you put Friends against Breaking Bad? Do you know? Because they're both good for what they are, but Friends is never going to try to be a Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is never going to try to be a Friends.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. We'd have to split it up like best sci-fi, best sitcom, best drama.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right, guys, we'll catch you on the next video.
Thanks for hanging in there. No, it's been a while. We're working on it.